And action. So we're gonna open with Ned in the building. Welcome, Ned.
He's back. He's back. I'm excited. After my debut, I've heard some good things. The fans liked it. I like to play for the badge on the front, and they'll remember the name on the back. So,
Love that.
Happy to show up again.
Love that. That is brilliant. Great to have you back. Week 10 in the books. Been through 10 weeks of fantasy. I think you were last on the podcast. Do you remember? Was it like week 4?
It was early for sure. It was early doors.
Right, it was pretty early. And so we'll just dive right in. So the big talk from that podcast, which was a fan favorite.
Oh,
absolutely
yeah.
A fan favorite. Was the rankings. Ned gave a power rankings last time.
I did.
And it was pretty spectacular. It ruffled some feathers. It made a lot of people smile. Do you want to reflect on your first power rankings at all at this moment? And then we can maybe just jump right in and get your second round of power rankings?
Yeah, I enjoyed doing the power rankings. It makes you feel, good when you're doing it because it makes you feel powerful.
Yeah.
You have all to say. Nobody can really argue you, and people really take it to heart, which is nice because I have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. So the fact that they care about my opinion, it means a lot.
Yeah.
It led to a lot of sidebar conversations with people.
Mm-hmm.
Roskowitz was at 2. He felt a little hard done by at that time.
Wow.
But, he thinks I have something going on. I'm in cahoots with Aaron, which I would love to be in cahoots with Aaron. But, and then Luke Wallace, seen him at the MSU U of M game.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out U of M football.
Shout out.
Luke wasn't happy, but I think Luke's put in a lot of good work since then.
Yep.
He's been hitting the books.
Yep.
And obviously, Bozo, he wasn't happy with it, with what happened. But I think with that particular situation, you could see that couldn't have been more correct.
Could not have been more correct. That is the understatement of the century. Bozo has turned out to be just terrible. Terrible.
Really, comically bad.
Yeah.
To the point where it's almost like, I know you guys have your back and forth of, your wins and everything. And he's almost so bad that it's kind of starting to diminish my thoughts of, maybe your wins. It might take away from something.
Oh, wow.
Is it that impressive that you've won the belt so many times and won the trophy and everything? Because it just seems like it's like Liverpool Everton. It's like but they were never gonna win. So they go 20 years without winning in your ground, and you think they score a goal and they think they've won the league.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just kidding. I think I like when you beat up on Zach because it's good content.
Yeah, thank you. I don't really have any comment back for that.
You can only beat the team that's in front of you.
Exactly. I mean,
and you beat them a lot.
It's almost kind of recently. Thank you. Yeah, within the past 3 years, the pendulums really swung back towards me. Because for a while there, I was kind of irrelevant, and we came up with a Premier League equivalent. I forget what we ended up saying, what the rivalry was. Maybe was it just the United and City?
It was United and City.
I think it was United and City. So yeah, no, I don't have anything to add. That was brilliant. I've got nothing else to add to that. That was fantastic. I enjoyed the rankings too, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts. So I guess I'll start by showing you the standings so you can get an idea of where we're at. So since you were last on, there have been a couple team name changes. So first of all, I'm now Much Ado About Nothing because I traded away one of my B. Robinsons. Right. So I would have felt dirty being 2 B. Robinsons still. We've got Montucky Cold Snacks, which I found out from Luke, and that's his team name, is a beer. Okay. Sponsored by Golden Corral is the same. The only other change is no other change, actually. We're the only two to have changed so far. So take a look. That's the standings. Here are kind of the stats. So so FYI to ladies and gentlemen, the standings have not been updated from week 10. So week 10 is not really in the books. It's like 60% in the books.
Okay.
But this is what we're looking at after week 9. And then if you just like kind of maybe review that, so we got 4, 6, and 3 teams, couple 1, 5, and 4 team, couple 4 and 5s, and so this is what's happening this week right now. Where we're at, and FYI again, we're recording before the Monday Night Football game. So I'm up on Alex. Matthew had a great week with 111. He's beating up on Aaron. That's not to say that Aaron actually. It'd be a long stretch. It'd be a long stretch for Aaron to come back. Luke 6 and 3 beat up on Bozo. No response from the peanut gallery. Aiden had a dominant week. Dominant week. And New South Charlie did not have a good week.
Yeah,
it was a 100-point swing. So, and then to wrap up, Connor is in the hunt. So, yes, he's losing right now, but he does have Josh Allen, which I don't think you're a Josh Allen guy, right? You're more of a Zach Wilson guy.
Okay, well, I don't mind Josh Allen. He's cool. He's handsome. Mm-hmm. He's got great hair. I do like the Buffalo Bills color scheme. Mm-hmm. They're very, I like those colors.
Yeah. Patriotic.
Yeah, it snows there. Bills Mafia is cool, I think. Jumping through tables, that always plays.
Yeah.
And then the Zach Wilson thing, I do like Zach Wilson. I know Matthew Dadamio said yesterday he's the worst quarterback ever, I think. The group chat or something.
Yeah, there was something said about that.
Which is, but that's why I like him. He gets dogged on a lot.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy because he wasn't supposed to be playing right now.
Yeah.
This many primetime games. It's supposed to be Aaron Rodgers. And realistically, he's banging MILFs. I can respect that a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah, I feel
making
bad
millions of dollars. So.
Yeah, yeah. And but he is a very bad quarterback.
Mm-hmm. So I just want your opinion. Do you think Connor has a chance? He's down by 27. He's got Josh Allen playing the Denver defense.
Oh, they did.
I want your prediction right now. Put your balls on the table. Score prediction
for the Monday Night Football game or for
both.
Okay, I think who's Amon Raw dogging again?
Tristan.
Does he have anybody playing?
No, he does not. He's got 0.
Oh, there you go. Right. Okay, I think Connor will end up winning by how many points do quarterbacks what's a good quarterback score?
I would say 24. And then a really good quarterback score would be a 28.
Okay.
And then a fantastic score would be anything over 30.
And how many is he down by?
27.
Okay, I think I can see Connor winning.
Sure.
It's the Broncos.
They're the worst defense in the league.
Yeah. I'd say this game's going to end, I think Connor can get 93.4 points.
Total. Okay, so, yeah. Wow. So that is a 41.4.
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah.
90, what was it? 94 point, did you say 94?
I think 93.4.
93.4. Okay,
yeah.
So a 40.4 game. Wow.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Josh Allen is going to have himself a night.
Wait, so Connor drafted Josh Allen even after saying that he's going to be bad now because he has a hot girlfriend? Isn't Connor...
That's true. That is exactly what happened. Yes. He did. He did indeed. Drafted 3rd round, 28th overall. But to be fair to Connor, he is the number 1 quarterback in the league right now.
Okay.
In terms of stats. In terms of fantasy stats. Maybe not in terms of on-field.
Average points, 23.4. So we're going to have to shoot well over that for this game. Mm-hmm. But I think it could happen.
I mean, it's been close to being done. I mean, look at this. Week 4 against Miami.
And that's against Miami.
36.5. Yeah.
Well, Miami doesn't
Much
play
different
good
team.
against good teams, though.
That's true. They don't. But still, all right. I mean, I love that. I love that score prediction
for the game, the actual game.
Yeah.
Well, Bills are going to need a lot of points if I want that to happen.
True.
So I'm going to say, what's a football score
like 27 to 27 and.
Well, I was going to say 35.
Okay.
To 6.
That's a score.
Yeah.
I like that. Why not?
5 to 6.
Why not?
Whack that into DraftKings.
Yeah.
You're looking at a nice payout.
I love it. Okay, so with that, do you want to? Do you feel comfortable
doing a power rankings?
New power rankings?
New power rankings. I feel comfortable.
All right.
On that. Should I start?
Where do you want to cook? I'll let you cook.
Let me cook. Let him cook. Should I start at? Should I just start at 9? Because there's no point starting at 10.
Yeah. Okay. So we know the team that's at 10, and they're down, way down here,
way
basement,
down,
basement. Way down there, maybe even lower.
Yeah.
China. They're in China.
China. Yeah.
Enough said.
Yeah. Enough
Don't
said
even,
on that.
don't even
just pass over that. And then, not to just be following the league table, but it's gonna have to be the Hempsteaders in 9th.
Mm-hmm. He's had a tough year. I mean, pretty high points against, but also, I mean, just hasn't scored a lot. Just has not scored a lot. And if you're gonna be him, you got to be able to score.
You do, and 3 and 6 is not lovely score.
No.
And then again, it's not creative, but I'll have to go with Amon Raw Dog in this league in the 8.
Yeah.
3 and 6 as well. So
okay. It's tough. It's tough looking at that record.
And I mean, he's about to lose to Connor.
Yeah. in spectacular
fashion. So that's gonna have to drop him down.
Understandable. Totally understandable.
Then in the next spot, I'll have to probably go with the fall from grace from my first time. The Uncle Ron is guitarded. The name plays. The name can only get you so far, though. Look at, I hate to bring it up, but because it's his team too, Chelsea. Mm-hmm. They're 10th in the league right now. Yep. Names only get you so far. True. Who plays for Chelsea right now?
Nobody's.
Gun to my head, that starting lineup. tell my mom it's been a good ride. We won't be seeing each other again.
So does this help at all that Aaron had some trades and his team is on the up and up?
Right.
He's on a 2-win streak. He's on a 2-win streak, so I don't know if that helps at all. And he's made a couple trades. He dealt with me and he dealt with Zach.
Oh.
So he brought in DK Metcalf, Bijan Robinson, Joe Burrow. I know you've already declared, but I don't know. I feel like maybe you just didn't get the full picture of Aaron's team, and I just wanted to give you a little bit more. I don't know if it's going to change. Don't know if it's going to change your opinion, but I just wanted to at least
it feels like
inform
you
you
want me to change it because maybe
no, I don't want you to. I just want you to be a more informed voter.
Right. That would have been good information.
Yeah.
And it might have changed things, but he's already done.
He's there. He's at 7.
He's at 7, and there's really nothing that can get him out after that.
Yep.
He wasn't going to be in 7 until I saw Aiden's performance.
Yeah.
He's really dogging on New South Charlie.
Yep.
Which is, the hometown club. It hurts to see.
Yeah.
But
it's tough to see that for sure.
Yeah.
So where does that? I have a feeling those might be the next 2 names on the list. Where does that? Does that kind of answer the question itself of where do they sort themselves out there in the middle of the pack, or I don't mean. I feel like I'm pushing on a narrative on you. I feel like I'm pushing a narrative on you. I'm sorry.
You're not pushing any narrative, but I feel like I'm going with the favorites almost of when you bet teams and you're you make a parlay with a bunch of the favorites and you're thinking well, this is just the way that it has to be, and then you wake up on a Sunday morning and Wolves beat Tottenham with 2 goals in added time. So it's almost like, well, maybe you shouldn't look at the favorites and you should be more creative. But I don't know if this is my week for creativity. But I will go with Beham Stinky Rat Shoes.
Okay, at number 6.
At number 6. Yeah. That's he has a strong case to be ranked above Matt, especially beating up on him that much.
Yeah.
But realistically, Aiden lives in Seattle, and I won't have to talk to him or see him in a little while. And Matt lives here, and he's taller than me, and he has a nice beard, and he's he's more intimidating than Aiden.
Sure.
And I like to do what I can to make Matt smile.
Yeah.
So,
what a guy.
Yeah, and a big miss this past weekend.
Oh yeah,
big time miss.
We can sidetrack with that. We can go into that. I don't know. Do you want to? We can go.
Oh, we can go into that. Yeah. We were at a new bar. Yeah. Dive bar kind of spot.
Ye old saloon.
Yep. In classic Royal Oak. Love to find good spots in Royal Oak because there's a lot of spots that I don't like in Royal Oak.
Facts. Fifth Ave, shout out.
Fifth Ave, O'Toole's.
Fifth Ave.
Terrible establishments. I hope people are listening from management because if you want to get me in the door to either of those places again, you're gonna have to see some big improvements, big changes.
Sure, yeah.
Mainly the whole cover thing.
Yeah.
Of I know if you have to pay to get into a place, you would really hope that place would be cool.
Absolutely, makes sense.
I don't think either of those places achieve that. And there's high schoolers in there a lot of times too. That's not a good look, especially over the summer, at least when I was there.
Yeah.
Somebody came up to me and thought that I was my younger brother.
Oh.
I was like, yo, Richie. And I was like, no, Richie's my brother.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wait a minute. How old are you? And you know my younger brother? Because this at the time, Richie would have been 18, 19.
Yeah.
And this guy was drinking in O'Toole. So I'm like, okay. Which, I mean, respect.
Right.
Respect for the fake ID.
Yeah.
I don't have any problem with that. But, I don't want to hang out with high schoolers. I'll put it out there.
You're not alone. I mean, I don't disagree. At this stage in my life, after going to 2 C-home football games, I would have to concur that. Yeah. I don't want to be hanging out with high schoolers anymore. Maybe last year, maybe I would have felt different, but now that I'm 24, now that you're 24,
I am 24 now.
Just,
so it's a tough look to be 24.
Tough look. We already kind of talked about this off mic. There's certain things you can get away with at 24,
yes.
and
certain things are passing over the horizon.
Right. Yeah.
And those things might
let the sun set
in O'Toole's.
Yeah, and they might
on a Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday,
and it's just
you can't get involved in that anymore.
Can't get involved in that anymore. It's true. It's too. The sun has set on the British Empire in that.
Yeah.
In that realm. So we kind of devolved. We were going to talk about our night. We'll let the viewers just think about what type of night we might have had.
Yeah,
we'll move on from that.
The last thing I'll add is total stats at our table. There ended up being through the night more girls than guys at the table.
Unbelievable performance from the guys.
So that's good from us.
Yeah,
good from us.
Never seen before. I don't think that's ever been done.
So in the history. And I think those numbers could have even been higher if Matt and his charisma were at that table. Because it was we had our own little section. Yeah. I feel like if a picture would have been taken from the other side of the room, it would have been a Renaissance painting.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Roscoe holding court and all of us looking in on him.
Absolutely.
It would have been the Last Supper picture. So
we'll have to run that back for sure.
Yeah. Yep. We'll get that going. So Matt that makes Matt number 5, right? So we have to do Matt starts our top 5 off. So now we got the 4, not quite in the podium positions yet, but who are you who's gonna not make the podium for you?
And it's tough because it's 4, 6, and 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 5-win streak, huh?
Yeah, Connor's been on a heater.
That's all right. That's good looks from there.
Yeah.
I think, judging by the numbers they don't lie.
Sure.
A
little bit stale. Like we're looking at week 9 numbers more or less. Don't forget.
Right.
So
that's true.
Add like 100 and add 100 and add like 90. Add I guess you're gonna add 90 for Connor too.
Mm-hmm. I think
100 maybe 115, 120 if you want.
This might be harsh, and hopefully it doesn't affect future appearances on the show.
Yeah.
But I think I might have to throw you in the 4.
I mean, I don't like it, but I'll let you go. I'll let you talk it through. I'll let you convince me of why.
Really, what it was is it comes to the difference between points for and points against. I know you said that you got about 90 points in the bank that are not in the bank, but they're on the way. You haven't made the deposit yet. But the points against, it's just, I'll be honest, it's the highest out of those 4.
So in my opinion, that means I faced more adversity. But you've already laid your ranking down, and I'm not going to let you change it like you didn't change Aaron's. So I'll take
you know what? I will keep that in mind for next time because I didn't even think about that argument. Because, yeah, now that you mentioned that, a lot of points against with the same record as the other people means that you're doing well in your matchups. That being said, you're in the 4. It's happened.
It's happened. It's been declared. Can't move on.
Honestly, like the 5-win streak is.
The 5-win streak
I can't put that in. I can't throw that in below podium.
No, that I understand. I understand that for sure. It's impressive. Winning 5 games in a row in anything is impressive. Fortnite.
It is. Yes.
Fantasy. Rec League, Detroit SPSC Soccer. We've never even sniffed that.
Well, we were 2-0.
Oh, that's true.
And then,
that's still 3 wins to go though. Not even halfway there.
Right.
What else? Rocket League.
It's
tough. That's tough. And
dating app matches.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good sample set right there. So.
Yeah.
So So now we're in the podium. We're in the podium spots.
In the podium. Yep. In the number 3, I'll take the name change into consideration.
All right.
I think that's up from last time.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes. Oh, absolutely.
Cold snacks.
Perfect.
It's good work from Luke. I'll say he put his head down and he grinded, and I appreciate that. And but we like to go a little bit on rash decisions here, and he lost last week. It looks like, so I'm gonna have to put him in the number 3. I don't even remember. Is he gonna win this week?
He is. Yeah, he beat up on Bozo. So I don't know if that helps.
That's par for the course. I think that's not super impressive, as I said, to like kick the show off. Like a win against Zach is like, it's not great.
It's not saying much.
Yeah,
is what you're saying. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, you're gonna reveal both at the same time, but it's 2 and 1. So who's number 1? Who's number 1 and who's number 2?
In the number 1, I'll put. I mean, because of what we know is gonna happen tonight in Monday Night Football, I think New COD looks good. Is gonna go.
All right, number 1. He's gonna get the 6-win streak going.
6-win streak. Josh Allen's gonna score like a lot of points. A lot of points. And he's gonna bang his hot girlfriend tonight.
Oh, absolutely. Oh my God. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, more
just
coverage
for
for
dominating in a football game and then going home and banging your hot girl.
That should get more coverage, I think, than this whole Taylor Swift, Travis Kelce situation.
Facts. Yeah.
I don't want the Swifties to come after me, but M-I-D.
Mid. Taylor
Mid.
Smith. Tay Mid Swift. Yeah. To Mid Swift. Yeah. Yeah. No. I think I don't have any Swifties listening to this, so I think you're in the clear. I think you can go off on Taylor Swift right now if you'd like to. If you'd like to.
Okay. Her music is like music that would be on in Kohl's, and I like Kohl's.
Yeah, we love Kohl's.
Shout out Kohl's.
Kohl's great.
Cash, great organization.
Great organization.
But yeah, like I really can't imagine like getting in the car, connecting to the Bluetooth, throwing up Spotify, and like clicking a Taylor Swift song on the ride. Like if you're in a bar and Love Story comes on, I can see like you're with the boys, maybe some broads, and you're singing it out. It has some play on karaoke. Like that would be a funny thing to sing in karaoke, but really, she's mid, and like across the board. Yeah, Travis Kelce's a cool guy. Yeah, I think I see his clips with his brother. Yeah, on his podcast.
Some might say he's in too many commercials though, and
he's in way too many commercials.
I would agree with some who do say that.
Yeah, it's like he's saturating the market for sure. Yeah. But, I mean, there's a lot of football players that are getting... The Chiefs, in general.
The Chiefs in general, true. Andy Reid's in a bunch. Mahomes in my auto.
Yeah, it's like... And how much do you think they're paying Andy Reid to talk about nuggies?
I don't know. I mean, it's got to be worth it for him to do it. Right. So a couple $100,000, maybe? Do you think that makes sense?
Yeah.
Because they play it so much that you almost have to be like, all right, well, they're getting their money's worth, out of this type thing. That's how I look at it, at least.
Yeah, it's kind of like a weird thing as like somebody that's only really just started watching football like this year to like be watching the players, and then there's so many commercials just in general like during the game, and then the players are in the commercials too. It's like imagine if you're watching like a Premier League game, and then cut to commercial, and like Kevin De Bruyne and Mo Salah are like eating chicken.
Eating KFC.
Like it's a little jarring.
Yeah. That's fair. I think that's a totally fair. It's not crazy to say that. Oh, they're giving it to not James Cook. Wow, surprising. They never give it to James Cook.
Broncos are already halfway to their total points.
So I got a quick start.
That's a little tough to see.
That's not going to last. What happened?
I don't know. It looks like he disconnected. But yeah, so that would be New COD looks good in the 1, and sponsored by Golden Corral in the 2.
In the 2. Yeah, any comments for Matthew? I feel like we've maybe...
I mean, Matthew's just a grinder. He's a smart guy, as we all know. Yeah. He, I don't have to tell him to look at the numbers. He's already looking at the numbers. Fair. He's already hitting the books.
Oh, yeah.
I think he'll be happy with a 2. That's another guy that I am intimidated by.
Oh, yeah?
I love him, but did you know about the sleeping bag situation in the tent in Germany?
No. Enlighten me.
So, Matthew Didamio and I were next to each other. We had beds next to each other. Yeah. And you get like a sleeping bag and a pillow from like the camp rental thing. And it was so cold in our tent. Yeah. And I was very inebriated one night. Yeah. And fell asleep on the floor next to the air mattress of my bed. And then, actually, I don't know if this was that night. I think it was. But then at some point during the night, I woke up just absolutely... It's the coldest I've probably ever been in my entire life. Yeah. And I didn't have my sleeping bag. And I look over, and Matthew was on top of one sleeping bag and had another sleeping bag on top of him. Okay. And I was like, oh, so he's got my sleeping bag? So I was like, oh, I'll just... At first, I wanted to lift it up to check to see if he had two, to confirm that. and I lifted it up, and he jerked his legs away in a motion that it scared me. I thought he might beat me up, is what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So then I was like, oh, I definitely can't like grab it now, because now he's mad because I woke him up and was looking, and it's so cold. So then I put a couple sweatshirts on and a couple pairs of socks. That was my solution to it, and it worked well. And then a little while later, I kind of noticed that he woke up or was like rolling over. So I was like, Matthew, I think you have 2 sleeping bags.
Yeah.
And then just like no words were exchanged from him. He just kind of threw one of them at me. And then
that's funny.
The next day, he did say like that my reaction was crazy and that I should have just like ripped it off of him and been like, fuck you have my sleeping bag.
Yeah.
And everybody else was like, yeah, like you're crazy, like I can't believe that was your response, was just to put on more clothes and more
kind
socks.
Heart.
But yeah, but that's what I was saying, like in that situation, and I was probably still a little drunk at the time.
Josh Allen just threw a pick.
All right, so big.
So he's gonna bang his hot wife, but
yeah, we're gonna need
2 turnovers. Oh, I bet James Cook fumbled. I bet that's why they're not giving him the ball. Oh my God, let me see. No. I bet you James Cook fumbled. There's no doubt in my mind now that I say it. Fumble. Oh my God, to James Cook.
That's not on Josh.
Bloody hell.
It's in his hands.
Yeah, that's true. That's not on Josh. That's not on Josh. I can't believe James Cook fumbled. He's literally oh my God, he's so in the doghouse. That is just a
Is that your guy?
This is my guy.
Yeah, so.
He's not touching the ball the rest of the game. So don't take me off. Don't give me 90 points anymore. I'm solid 80 points. So fourth is fine.
Fourth checks out. It's almost, like, I knew something was going to happen in this game, and I thought, it might have been just 50 points from Josh Allen, but it turns out that it was just you getting less points.
Shit. Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing your power rankings. It's been great. It's been great having you on again.
Always a pleasure.
Can't wait to have you on more, and we'll be back. Ned's not leaving right now. We'll be back, and we'll get the old KH on the podcast.
I'll be back on this episode.
Oh yeah.
Oh whoa.
Yeah, we need a little healthy debate. I think. I want KH to air out his grievances.
That's fair enough.
Mr. B is you might call him.
Mr. B.
Yeah, Mr. Bozo.
Mr. Bozo, yeah.
Mr. Bozo.
KH Knucklehead.
KH Knucklehead.
Okay. Well, are we gonna get like a word from the sponsors in the meantime, or?
No. We'll probably just cut. I'm too lazy. Okay. So, yeah, we'll cut to the next part. So, see everyone in about 2 seconds.
I can't wait.
All right, so we're back. We've got Mr. B on the podcast.
I don't like this name, man.
No?
No, I liked Knucklehead.
Oh, you don't like Knucklehead?
I didn't mind it.
All right, well, I do like Knucklehead.
Bozo's way meaner.
Really? Bozo is way meaner. Okay. I mean, that's,
Because Knucklehead can be like, oh, this Knucklehead.
This Knucklehead.
But Bozo is like, you bozo.
There's no ifs, and, or buts about it.
Yeah.
You're just a bozo.
In my defense, I didn't know that you could hear us.
I was in the kitchen. It's 15 feet away from you.
It was a misinput.
Misinput.
I thought that I was gonna have until Johnny released this episode for you to find out that I was calling you bozo and stuff. But
So Zach, you had some words. You wanted to bring.
Yeah, I want to tell everyone listening. I know my team sucks, but there's a reason behind it. And the reason is sitting right next to me. I don't know when the first podcast came out.
The first podcast with Ned. I hate to use this as the timeline, but it came out like right after the Moss attack. And I can tell you that because we were looking at Aiden's name. It was Beham Stinky Rat Jews.
Oh,
and
right.
And it was just like, oof. Bad.
I still got ranked above you.
So
anyway,
I'm sorry to use that as the date.
So I think that was like
that's our 9/11.
5 or 6 weeks ago. I've been on a losing streak ever since that episode came out. So I don't want to blame it all on Ned, but I'm going to blame it all on Ned.
Okay.
I know my team.
It just sounds like elite ball knowledge from me.
I would argue that as well.
I know my team sucks, And I don't know, man, because I don't know if you guys remember, but the 2020 season, I had a really solid team, just plagued by injuries, and I also would end up being the season being 2-10.
You're gonna compare this season to your 2021 team.
No, I'm saying this team is better than that team, and I still can't win.
You think this team is better than your 21 team?
I said 2020.
Your 2020 team wasn't good. You were 2-11.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
That team also had injuries. My 21 team was really good with injuries.
Right.
20 was good
Okay.
before the
My
injuries.
bad. I misunderstood. All right, go on.
This is just ridiculous. I have no injuries. James Conner is my only injury. He's like RB2, RB3 flex.
So where do you go from here? Do you have any fixes, or are your towels in? You're done. I mean, you are done. You're eliminated this week from the playoffs.
Yeah, I know.
You're gonna be the first one to have a little E next to their name. How does that make you feel?
Well, when you say it like that, we're not good.
Right.
No. I'm still gonna perform every week. My team knows that it's over, and we did our best. We'll come back next year. I'm not gonna throw in the towel. I'm not giving people easy wins.
Yeah.
It'll be an easy win regardless, but I'll make them work for it.
Okay. So you want to play spoiler a little bit. Let's see who you got. Who you got?
I'm a big believer in never tanking in fantasy. I think that's cowardly.
Interesting. Even in the playoffs?
Even in the playoffs.
Wow. Good for you. All right, so you've got Didamio next week, Kaplan, and Tristan. So you can play spoiler to two teams still.
I could.
You could. Matthew will probably make the playoffs, but you could negatively impact the team. Absolutely. And then Aaron, you could probably knock him out of the playoffs if you win.
There's a chance, yeah.
That would have a big negative effect on him because Aaron's going down this week. So.
Oh, really? He lost this week?
Yeah, to Didamio.
Oh, wow, okay.
So Aaron's going down, and if you beat him again...
I mean, just the odds that I beat him are not high, but I'm still
I'm
going to make everybody fight for their win.
Yeah, so that's good. So you're on a 1, 2, 3,
It's
4, 5, 6 lose streak. It's going to be 7 after this week. You could be in for a historic lose streak. I mean, your 2020 lose streak was pretty long too. Let's take a look real quick.
No, please, I'd love to know.
But no, it wasn't nearly as bad. It was 5 to start the season.
5, okay.
Then you won, and then you lost 4 in a row. So you were 1 for 9, which is not good. But at least you didn't have a streak such as this.
Do we know is this the longest streak? Oh no, it can't be because I'm sure Chris Setter back in the day.
Yeah,
had some,
or Roscoe.
Yeah.
They got a couple really bad seasons in there.
When Matthew sent the lowest scoring games of history,
I
was shocked I wasn't in that list.
Oh, he sent the list?
Well, no, he just said like the 3 lowest scorers.
No, he said 3 out of the top 10 lowest scores.
Oh.
He didn't say the 3. I mean, I could easily be part of that, but no, I think you had a pretty damn bad score. What year was that? Was that last year?
We don't have to talk about it.
All right, we'll check it out. We'll find it.
It could have been this year too.
No, it wasn't this year. Like you have to be in the 30s or 40s to get that rank. Okay, you had a 48 in 2021, so that might have been a part of it. And 2020, you were pretty bad. Yeah, you had a 39.
39.
So that's probably in the top 10.
Jeez, that is horrible.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I scored in the 30s. No, I got 50.
39.
I've definitely been in the 30s a few times. Just don't know when they are. Okay, yeah. 2021. Made the championship that year. Scored 38 against Aiden in week 9.
Wow.
38-06. Let's see where else. 2020 probably didn't get that low, but don't count it out. Nope. 19. Scored a 41 in 2019. That's pretty shambolic. See, I don't know if Matthew counts playoffs in his little ranking, but
I remember one year Tristan only played like the kicker. Or
yeah, and I did a very short. Like I played a couple guys.
Wow.
In my, like I played Carlos Hyde and Terry McLaurin. In that game.
Is that why?
That was round 3 at the playoffs, so I was tanking to go.
Oh, I see. I don't believe in the tanking in fantasy, even for the better draft pick.
I do believe in it.
Why
Why not?
That's fine.
Why not?
You know,
but it won't matter. It won't matter anymore. I think we continue with our fun draft pick order.
I love
things.
that. I thought
yeah.
it was
It was a great idea. Thank you for your help in bringing that to light. So
what was it?
We had a WWE. I made out all of the boys in Osama.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
The WWE 2K12. We had a Royal Rumble to decide the order.
Yep. So, any other thoughts? Any other thoughts on the league? What did have you? I know I'm putting a lot on you, but do you have anything else you want to say? Do you have any specific members you'd like to call out? Do you have any? Do you want to, go back and say man, I really should have had this win? Does anything stick out for you in that sense?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I like to talk about the league. I don't want to talk about how bad my team is for the next 30 minutes.
What do you think of Aiden's 182 points?
That was crazy.
Yeah.
I was very. Does he have Mark Andrews? No, you have Mark Andrews.
I've got Mark Andrews. Yeah.
I remember because when Roscoe had the record last year against me, he had Mark Andrews had himself one heck of a game.
Yeah, that was
I think he had like a 40-point.
Was that last year?
I think so.
Oh wow.
I think it was last year.
We'll check it out.
Maybe it was the year before.
We'll check it out. Ooh. Oh yeah, it was.
It was last year?
No. Yes.
Yes.
Oh no.
No. So. No.
Moscow last year. What did you think he scored last year?
Maybe it was 20. Maybe it was in 21. Somebody had Mark Andrews and he put up a butt ton of points against me.
I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing Aiden scored. Matthew scored a 180 in the championship, which is
really
impressive. Yeah, very impressive. Almost didn't make it though. 2 points.
So I have a question, by the way. I remember you saying in the last or a previous episode, you're not doing the 5-man anymore. You're sticking to 4. Because in the playoffs right now, there's only 4 teams that are making.
No, there are 5 teams making the playoffs. I was talking about 5 or 6 men.
Oh, you were talking about 5 or 6.
Yeah.
Because right now, I'm looking at the bracket and there's just 4 teams.
Yeah, you clearly didn't listen to the first episode of this year.
All right,
so
sorry,
that's
that was
okay.
made in
I can rehash how it's going to work, and it's going to work the same exact as last year. The 4th and 5th seeded teams will play against each other in a Week 14 matchup, a regular season matchup, and whichever one of those teams wins makes the playoffs.
I thought last year it was in the playoffs.
Nope, that is exactly what happened last year. Tristan played you in the regular season.
Can you look at last year's playoff bracket?
Yeah. So Week 14, I played Tristan. I don't know why you thought you were in the running last year, but I played Tristan last year in the playing game. I beat Tristan, and then Matthew beat me 210.96 to 208.16. Aaron beat you. You automatically qualified somehow. Aaron beat you 231.74 to 175.02.
Sorry, can I look at that?
Mm-hmm. I'll show you the platform. So I don't know what Zach's trying to cook here, but he's trying to cook. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Talk us through.
I thought Tristan and I were in the playoffs, and that everybody else had a week. I don't know if it's just a regular. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
Maybe that was 21. I don't know, but I'm not sure what you're thinking of.
So I was just asking if you were still considering the 6-man playoff bracket or
no,
the same thing.
No,
we're not doing that anymore.
It's gonna be 5.
Okay, it's gonna be 5.
It's gonna be 5
same
this
thing
year.
As last year.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
And I'll take comments and questions in the off season about a 6-man, but right now, no, it's gonna be 5.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Who do you think the 5 teams that are gonna make it are?
I think it's hard not to say, but I would say Connor, myself, Matthew, Luke, and I think Roscoe. I'm sorry to say it, but I think Aaron's gonna make it over.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like there's more.
Aaron's on an upward trajectory. Roscoe's in a big downward slide. I know Aaron's gonna be he's losing this week. I know he's gonna lose, so that puts him at a disadvantage. And Matt still has the 1 game over him. Mm-hmm. But I think that the way that it all shakes out, Matt has a very, quote, easy schedule. But we said that before this week, and guess what happened? Aiden hung 180 on him. Mm-hmm. So
any given Sunday, man.
Any given Sunday. So Matt, goes on to play Tristan, who's struggling. He goes on to play Alex, who's struggling. and he plays Connor at the end of the season. So I think he gets one win out of that. Whereas Aaron goes on to play myself, and then you, and then Alex. So I think Aaron gets 2 wins, and I think it's going to be enough to
bum Matt out. If they have the same record, is the points for the tiebreaker?
Let me make sure, but I think you're correct in that. So I'll go to
Aaron already does have more points than Roscoe.
Schedule. The playoff seeding tiebreaker, total points 4. You are correct.
Total points 4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I mean, Aaron already has about 30 points more than Matt.
Yep. So Matt's really going to need to step up in these last 3 weeks. He's going to need to take control. I mean, Aaron's got some tough matchups. I know you said you're going to give him some problems.
I would like to.
So Ned's giving me the Jonah Hill.
I didn't do anything.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, you're saying I'm not going to give anyone any problems.
You're
probably right. You're probably right. I would love to see it too.
I think the only person you're going to give some problems is yourself.
Probably not to go
overthink it. Probably have more points on your bench than on the field.
All right.
I don't think that's possible. I think his team's that bad that no matter what happens, he's not.
Thanks.
I'd love to see it though.
So question from me and Ned. Where do you get off? Where do you get off thinking that you're this goated fantasy legend? I don't know. I mean, yes, you had success early on in the Jennings Family League. You had some very good success against but it was a 2-man show. Can you deny that? It was a 2-man show in the Jennings Family League for about 5 years. 4 years.
I would say a 3-man show.
Who was the third?
Max Barish. Before you entered, Max Barish was kind of a legend.
Was he? Okay.
He was.
Okay.
Convenient.
He went to
Convenient. So what made him fall off? What made him fall off?
He stopped checking.
Okay. But now he's checking
again. He's checking again. Okay. Now he's number 1 or 2 right now.
But I would also argue that
shout out Max Barish.
Zach, you and Alex met in the playoffs back to back times.
Like the championship?
Yeah. Did you not? From
No.
2014 to 2017, did you not meet like every year in the championship?
Years.
Only 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
But you split. Alex won 2, you won 2 in those 4 years.
No, I won in 2014 and 2017. He won in 20...
Didn't he win? Oh, he didn't win back-to-back because I'm the only one who
You
won
were the first
back-to-back.
person who went back-to-back.
You knew that.
You've got the trophy. Yeah.
You've
got the trophy, which is disgusting. This man it's disgusting that he's got the trophy in his room. It should absolutely be at a neutral site. It should not be in his room.
It should not.
It should not. It is disgusting. It should be in a neutral location. He can have it in his residence. I'm okay with that as long as it's in a neutral location. The fact that it's in his room is just...
It's egregious.
It's horrifying. It's horrifying to think about.
Especially with what we know that he does up there.
Yeah.
Yo, cut that. First of all, this is the Justice League podcast, not the Jennings Family League.
That's
podcast.
true.
So
That's true. Let's roll it back. So
and you know what?
You've won. You again. Say you had your moment. You had your moment in the Justice League. You came in. You took a team that was down and out, and you brought them. You won a championship with them very early on. Since then, you've made the playoffs. How many times?
2 or 3.
2 or 3 times. You've had not much success, and it just feels like there is and maybe we pick up the wrong vibes. Maybe internally you don't feel the hubris, but you just give off very overconfident vibes. And I'd like you to maybe expand. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
do you feel that you're very confident in your fantasy teams usually?
I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think I am pretty good at drafting.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, history shows no.
So do you think it's maybe the waiver wire? Like you can't find your way on the waiver wire? I know you've been involved in a trade this year.
Mm-hmm.
Have you been involved in many trades outside of this year?
No, I honestly don't like trading.
You don't, right.
Yeah.
And so
which also could
maybe
be,
that's what you need to pivot. You need to pivot off of that.
Yeah, true. Because I know guys like you, Tristan,
Yep.
trade a lot.
Yeah.
Historically, you guys have great franchises.
Sure. Both two-time champions.
Both two-time champions.
Matthew's been involved in a number of trades. He's
Mm-hmm.
a two-time champ. Aaron's been to many fantasy football finals. Hasn't won one yet, but he participates.
Well,
in
technically, he
trades.
has half a win. With me.
You're gonna concede that?
Yeah.
You want to concede that?
It wasn't the team I drafted, and I came in halfway through the season. If he had drafted it...
Look, I'll update the history books. I didn't think you'd want to concede that, but if you're going to give him half the win, that's big.
I want a full win.
That's big. So...
But yeah, no, I do think historically, in the Justice League...
You want a full win
I have been
for that
one of
win?
No, I'm saying I want a full win.
Because currently, right now, I gave Aaron a quarter of a win, but I'm gonna downgrade it, or I'm gonna upgrade it to half.
75.
And you had a 75% win.
Well, we can keep that if you want.
You already said. You already said.
Set in stone.
It's kind of crazy, but you know.
You can give them the half
To
win.
each their own. To each their own.
Again, you're right. I don't have the wins to prove I'm an elite contender.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like you did really well in the Bundesliga, and you got invited into the Premier League.
He's Jadon Sancho.
Yes, and you've you can hang around, but you're just you almost think that you're like Raheem Sterling, and you're just not.
Well, is Raheem Sterling the guy? He used to be. Raheem Sterling, 2018.
Right. I mean, yeah, 2018 Raheem. And I feel like I've really attacked you in these past 5 minutes, and I do want to apologize for that because I don't know why we were attacking you when you weren't here. It's more fun to attack someone behind their back, but now that I'm doing it and I'm seeing your face and your emotion, it just makes me sad.
I mean, when you were attacking me in the earlier part of the thing, I also could hear you. I was in the kitchen, 15 feet away from you.
Yeah, but I didn't have to. I didn't have to look at you.
But it's like cyberbullying.
Yeah,
cyberbullying
exactly.
is like a fun.
Barely
thing to
counts.
do.
Yeah.
Like in-person bullying is like not that.
It's like it's cringe.
Yeah,
it's honestly
cringe,
cringe
yeah.
to bully in person. So I feel very cringe about myself right now. So I just want to say I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. And like I said, I know the blue bloods of the league.
Yeah.
Always are good. Again, Luke, Matthew. But I think me, Alex, Aiden, and Roscoe, whenever we do good, I'm happy for us.
Yeah.
We're
you
usually
kind of
the
have
bottom
like
of the
that.
league.
There's like a little brothership
there's
down
a
there.
brothership down there. And I'm okay with that. And Aaron and Tristan, though, they're always either
They're
really
like-
good.
yeah.
They're really good or really bad.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't. Would you consider them blue bloods? I guess Tristan. Yeah.
Tristan, I feel like he's like the Yukon. Like
Yeah.
because he's. I don't know. I just want to give him the Yukon title. Like for some reason, I don't want to put him as a blue blood. Sorry, Tristan. It's not like I don't know why, but just for some reason, I don't want to put him as a blue
Women's
blood.
Yukon?
No, men's Yukon.
Oh, women's Yukon.
But he's won a lot, and he's won a lot recently. You know, but I wouldn't call Yukon a blue blood yet, right? Maybe in 20 years I would.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe in 2 years I would call Tristan a blue blood, but.
I guess if we're doing 5 and 5, I'd put Tristan in the.
Oh, if we're doing 5 and 5, yeah, absolutely.
I was doing 4-4 and Aaron and. Tristan.
I mean, I think there's I mean, it's like a tiered thing. So blue blood is like the. I feel like you could have got a couple more yards there.
He could.
Right. Anyways, I think that the blue bloods need to be on a tier of their own. There's not like a blue blood tier and then another tier. Mm-hmm. Like there's a blue blood tier, great team tier, and then rest of them tier, and then a bozo tier.
Okay, so I guess you put you, Matthew, and
so I would
Luke
put me, Matthew, and Luke in the blue blood tier.
Great teams,
Tristan and Aaron.
Connor?
Yes,
Yeah.
Connor. Yeah, Tristan, Aaron, Connor are the great teams. Thank you. He's
Aiden,
had a rough couple years, but he's definitely back. Like we know.
There was a time he was
10-2.
10-2.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Actually, last year he
was
was
it last
10-2.
year?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was really just I think I talked about it in this podcast already, but it was really just 2019 and 2020 that he was bad, and he's been good every other year. But and then kind of the rest of them I would kind of put.
So
I mean, Baki.
Yeah.
He'd probably go in the rest of them.
Forgot about Baki.
Yeah.
So anyway, I don't mind being the underdog of the Justice League.
When do you think you'll win? When do you think you'll win a title? Do you have a time frame, like, to one championship in the next 5 years?
I mean, obviously, I want to say yes. I believe in my heart I could.
Yeah.
But historically, I don't think so. What year did I won? 2016.
2016.
Maybe 2026. Maybe it's the year
wow.
of the sixes.
Bring it back.
Bring
The
decade-long drought.
The
if I won in 2016, I'm gonna put that.
What's that anniversary called? Like, what do you like? There's bicentennial for 200. What would you call the decade?
The sextennial.
The decatennial.
I like decatennial.
Decatennial.
If I won in 2026,
That'd actually call your shot right now. That'd actually be
26.
pretty sick if you
Justice League
won it in the 10-year anniversary of your first win. That'd be pretty special. That would be pretty special.
That means that don't win it before. Now you have to throw.
Yeah, now you have to throw the next 2 years.
definitely not throwing.
How about this? How about this?
Yeah.
Like you get like very good like regular season records. Like you get the tradition of winning going.
Yeah.
And then in
Kind
2026,
of be like the Detroit Lions.
but exactly. You build that up. Like
Speed,
like next year, like this offseason, fire everyone.
Get jacked.
Clear house. Hire and then hire. You know the Dan Campbell's.
Yep.
Hire
Shave
whoever.
yourself a goatee. Get as
I can
jacked
do that.
as
Get his-
I can do
Dan
that.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Start benching 3.
That guy's
5.
6'7".
Drink caffeine. Like drink like 10 shots of caffeine every morning.
Start chewing chaw.
Yeah. Start crying.
Yeah.
You gotta start crying more.
Cry.
I think that'll help.
Cry.
Pussy.
Yeah.
You know, I think I've only cried one time this year.
Wow.
Yeah.
When was that? Oh, you don't have to ask that.
It was because Peanut's passing away.
Oh yeah.
Shout
When
out
was that?
Peanut.
Shout out Peanut. He was a great cat, man.
Yeah.
He had a lot of character.
Shit and throw up everywhere, but
Every day.
Cool.
I mean, he was the meme. He was the literal meme, crying, pissing, shitting, throwing up right now.
Yeah.
It is
Can't
weird.
can't
though.
fault the cat for that.
No.
Can't fault the cat for that.
But anyway, moving on. Going back to the
He's
Justice
just a
League.
chill guy that does his own thing.
Facts. You know what else they should do? They should pass to Cortland Sutton.
I do want to say though,
Oh.
Luke,
Yeah.
I have over 100, way over 100 points against than Luke. Which again, I don't want that. To
What
go
does
up.
that
Like,
mean?
He like points against.
Oh
Luke,
yeah.
781.
Luke's got
Points against
781.
me, it's the most, but it's 920.
Right.
Again, I don't. That's not the reason why I'm 2-7.
Mhm.
I'm 2-7 because I just stink at fantasy.
Right. Yeah. I
It's
mean,
weird.
how many points for do you have?
Is it also the lowest? Let me see. No, it's not the lowest. It is the third lowest. I have
What
more
is
than
it?
Alex, it's 807.
Okay.
I have more than
So honestly,
Alex and
yeah,
Tristan.
because what does Luke have? He's got 87, something like that. So
885.
Johnny's
it's
got, like,
technically not proportional, right? More or less.
Yeah.
Like but I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Again,
So
keep going on about me.
no, absolutely, we love
That's
going
what
on
we
about
brought you
you.
on for.
And lastly, do you remember my segment where I talked about who's got the best records against each other, or like I looked at the league history. I forget who is your best team that you face, and did you beat them this year?
I don't remember. I want to say it was something like Aiden.
Mm-hmm.
Because Aiden and I usually have horrible games against each
Yeah.
other. We usually, like,
Yeah, I can look it up.
60
Or actually, I
point
don't want
games.
to. But
I want to say Aiden. I don't think I beat Aiden this
Okay.
year.
have you played it? Oh, you have. You've played them at least once,
I've been at least once. I'll look at the schedule.
because everyone's played each other.
Right.
So we'll wrap it up with that. We'll get Zach to let us know, and then just wanted to give of course a big shout out to Ned and Zach for coming on. Ned especially. I mean, full episode. This is the first, I think, to have a guest on for the entire episode.
It's been an
So
absolute honor.
it's great having him back. Zach, thank you for joining. Sorry that you're the punching bag today.
It's all right. No, I mean, when you're 2-7, it's going to be 2-8.
Yeah.
Kind
You
of our
can't-
designated
sure,
punching bag.
Sure. Can't wait to have you guys on again soon. 2 weeks, life episode with Luke, and it'll be a good one. It'll be a really good one. So, Zach, do you have the stat pulled up?
Yeah, I lost Aiden.
And he was your most
Oh,
right field guy?
I did not pull that up. No.
Pull it up real quick. I'll keep vamping until it's under league and league info, league history, and then scroll down. League history. Oh, you're under league settings or something like that. Back out. Yep. There you go. And then if you scroll down, do my team insights. And scroll down. You do the best against me. Giordano's. 5 wins, 3 losses.
Huh.
That's fascinating. That is fascinating.
That's
I guess that you know what? That probably plays because I have your number in the Jennings family league.
Yeah.
And yeah. So
Although
that plays.
recently you've been on a tear in the Justice League against me.
That's true. I have.
Like,
But last year you
I
kicked
feel
my
like
ass.
we played more
Last
than
year
5
you kicked my ass.
than 8 times.
I know it does seem weird. I don't know if I don't necessarily like it.
I don't
all
like
that
it.
much.
I don't like it.
I don't like it too much, but anyways. All right, well, I have to pee, so I'm going to end it there. Thanks again so much, guys, for coming on. And
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a great week.